You don't have a productivity problem, you have a delegation problem. The research sitting on your to-do list, the emails you keep drafting and redrafting, the reports that keep getting pushed to tomorrow, the leads that haven't heard from you in 2 weeks. You're still doing all of it yourself every single time, not because you have to, because you haven't seen what happens when you stop. Codex is what happens when you stop. It doesn't chat with you, it doesn't suggest what to do next. It takes the task, figures out the steps, walks through them on your actual computer, your real files, your real apps, your real tools, and brings back finished output while you're somewhere else entirely. This video covers all of it: skills, plugins, MCP servers, browser use, computer control, multi-agent workflows, business automation, content creation, and at the end, I'm going to show you what a full working day looks like when everything is running together. Stick around for that one. Let's get into it. Most people operate Codex with the wrong picture of what it actually is. ChatGPT, Claude, whatever you've used, the experience is pretty much the same across all of them. You type something, it responds, you copy the output, go do something with it, come back, type again. You're always the one moving things forward. It responds when you show up and goes quiet the moment you leave. Codex is a different thing entirely. When Codex runs, it's running directly on your machine. It sees your actual files, not what you upload or paste, your real files. It opens them, edits them, creates new ones, runs commands, browses the web, connects to your software, and figures out the next step on its own without you directing every move. ChatGPT is like calling a friend for advice. Codex is like that friend actually sitting down at your desk and doing it. The name throws people off, and honestly, I get it. Codex sounds technical, but I use it for emails, documents, spreadsheets, calendar stuff. None of that involves coding. Codex is just what they called it. What it can actually do for you is completely something else. Now, why Codex over Claude Code? Claude Code is genuinely powerful. If you're a developer who already works inside terminal windows and command lines all day, it's excellent, but it's built for engineers. The setup assumes technical knowledge, and if you're not tech-wise, you will suffer for a long time. Codex gives you the same capability, real multi-step work running on your actual machine, but built for everyone. No terminal, no repository setup, no technical background needed. 10 minutes after downloading it, I was already running my first real task. Most people just want to open a tool and use it, not spend 2 hours trying to figure out how it works before doing anything useful. Claude Code feels like a developer's workshop. Codex feels like something you can actually hand a task to. Alright, let's get you set up, and if you're already on Claude Cowork, don't skip this next part. Go to chat.openai.com/codex. You'll see a download button. Click it, download for Mac or Windows, open the file and drag Codex into your applications folder. Find it in your applications folder and open it from there. First thing it asks for is your ChatGPT account. Hit continue, sign in through the browser window that opens, and you're straight back inside Codex. You're in. Now here's the part most people skip straight past. During onboarding, Codex asks what type of work you do. This matters more than it looks. If you're not a developer, don't select engineering or product development. Pick what you actually do: marketing, writing, operations, whatever fits. Codex adjusts how it works with you based on that answer. Get it wrong and it defaults to a more technical mode that feels harder than it needs to be. Next screen, it asks if you want to import your setup from another agent. If you've been using Claude Cowork, this is where everything moves over. You'll see 3 checkboxes: tools and setup. That's your settings, instructions, plugins and skills, projects, your existing work folders, chat sessions, your last 30 days of conversations. Check all 3, hit continue, and everything transfers across in one step. You open Codex and your whole working environment is already there. Everything you build carries over. Never use Claude Cowork, just pass this screen and move on. Okay, so once you're inside, here's the layout. Projects on the left sidebar. Those are folders on your computer that Codex works inside. Your chat window in the middle. A model selector at the top and a plus icon where everything else lives. For your default model, use GPT 5.5. That's the latest. Set intelligence level to medium or high for most tasks. Only go extra high when you're doing something genuinely complex. It's slower and burns through your usage limit faster than the others. Now, before we go any further, here's something inside Codex that most people are paying for somewhere else right now. Paying for Whisperflow or Voice Ink right now. Stop, you don't need it anymore. Here's how it works. Open Codex, go to settings in the top menu, click General, scroll down until you see Dictation. You'll see a shortcut field. Click it and press whatever key combination you want to use. Left control on its own works well. Hold that shortcut in any app on your computer, email, Slack, a Google Doc, anything. Say what you need and it drops the words straight into whatever you're typing in. It works everywhere, not just inside Codex, every single app on your machine. That's a subscription you just cancelled for free. Now the interface has a few commands worth knowing before we get into the features. Type / in the chat window and a list of built-in commands appears. The one you want to know about is /fast. This enables a fast mode. It doubles how quickly Codex processes things. The trade-off is it burns through your usage limit twice as fast. On the $100 or $200 plan, leave it on permanently. On the $20 plus plan, pick your moments. Use it when speed is the priority. Type $ and your saved skills appear. We'll get into those in a moment. Type @ and you see your installed agents, plugins, and the option to reference specific files as context for whatever you're working on. One thing I'd tell anyone just starting out, use the voice input button in the bottom corner instead of typing. You talk faster than you type, way faster, and Codex works better when you give it more context up front. Now, the desktop pet. Type /pet in any chat and a small icon shows up in the corner of your screen. Easy to overlook. Don't. Say you kick off a long task and walk away to do something else. Codex is working in the background. It hits a permission it needs from you, something it can't proceed without. Instead of the whole task stalling out while you're gone, that icon catches your eye. You tap it, approve whatever it's waiting on, and carry on with what you were doing. No switching back and forth, no losing your place. That's how you genuinely multitask with something running in the background. Now let's get into skills, and pay attention here because this is the feature that changes everything. Skills are repeatable workflows. You teach Codex once and it runs the same way every single time after that. Not a saved prompt, an actual packaged set of instructions with a name, a process, quality standards that Codex reaches for automatically when the situation fits. There are 3 types. Built-in skills come ready to use the moment you install Codex. Things like image generation, browser automation, file organization. You don't build these, they're already there. Community skills are built by other Codex users and shared publicly. If someone has already built the workflow you need, you can install it directly without doing anything yourself. Custom skills are the ones you build for your specific work. These are where the real value sits. Okay, let's build one together. Follow along and you can set this up yourself right now. Say you write scripts for YouTube regularly. Every time you start a new one, you want Codex to write in your tone, follow your exact structure, and hand you something ready to record without you explaining all of that from scratch each time. Start a new chat. Type, I want to create a custom skill called Script Builder. Every time I use it, write in the tone from the transcripts in my folder. Follow this hook structure. Use this section format and end with this CTA. Here's an example of a script I'm happy with. Use that as your reference. Hit send. Codex builds the skill and confirms it's safe. Now test it. Start a new chat, type $, select Script Builder, give it a topic, watch what comes back. Voila, look at that. A full script matching your tone, your structure, your CTA without you explaining a single thing. Honestly, the first time I saw this, I just sat there for a second because that used to take 3 hours. If it gets something wrong, go back and tell it. The hook needs to be more specific, update the scale, it adjusts, run it again. 2 or 3 rounds of that and it's running exactly how you want it. After that, you don't touch it again. Oh, and one more thing. When Codex does something really well, just tell it. Say, that was great, make that a skill. It saves the whole workflow right there. Next time you need it, one click and it runs the same way. Project level skills live in one folder and stay there. User level skills travel with you. Open any project and they're already waiting. System skills come with Codex out of the box. You don't set them up, they're just there. Now let's talk plugins. Plugins connect Codex to the tools you already use. Gmail, Google Drive, Google Calendar, Notion, Slack, Figma, Canva, Outlook, Fathom, Readwise, Remotion for motion graphics, financial research tools. The list keeps going every week. Here's how to install one. Let me use Gmail as the example. Start a new chat. Just mention Gmail in your prompt. Something like use my Gmail, or even just bring it up naturally in what you're asking. Codex catches it and throws up a notification asking if you want to install the Gmail plugin. Click install. It opens an authentication screen. Sign into your Google account. Click allow. Done. That took about 30 seconds. From this point, Codex can go directly into your Gmail account and take action. Not summarize and export you uploaded. Actually go in, read threads, draft responses, sort things inside the live account. Here's what that looks like in practice. You have a client meeting tomorrow. You tell Codex, Go through my past notes from the meeting folder, check what's been happening with this company recently, and put together a one-pager. It opens the folder, finds your notes, searches the web for recent news. 8 minutes later, clean documents sitting on your desktop, company background, recent news, key people, talking points. No way, we just did 45 minutes of meeting prep in 8 minutes. One thing worth knowing, the more plugins you add, the more capable Codex becomes. Every connection is another tool it can go straight into and actually do something with. Take 20 minutes and go through the full plugins panel. Connect everything you actually touched during the week. You'll feel the difference immediately. And if you want to share your whole setup with someone, a client, a teammate, you can package your skills, your folder instructions, and your project structure into a single plugin file. They install it in one click and have your entire working system on their machine. That's also how you turn a Codex setup into a service you can sell. Now, MCP servers. What happens when the tool you need has no plugin? That's when you go looking for an MCP server. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. It's an open standard for connecting AI agents to external systems. Most plugins are built on top of MCP servers anyway. When a plugin isn't available, an MCP server often is. Here's how to connect one. Go to Settings, find MCP servers, click Add MCP server. You'll see two options. Set DIO. This runs the server locally on your machine. Streamable HTTP. This connects to a server someone else is already hosting, and you just paste in a URL. Most modern integrations use streamable HTTP because there's nothing to install on your end. Search for your tool name plus MCP server on Google. If one exists, the documentation tells you exactly what URL to paste in. Copy it, paste it into the streamable HTTP field, click save, and the connection is live. If no plugin and no MCP exists for what you need, just ask Codex to build one. Tell it what tool you want to connect and what you need it to do. It writes the whole MCP server from scratch and gives you step-by-step instructions to get it running. A year ago, that would have taken a developer and a few days. Now you just describe it. The order to follow when you need to connect to a tool: plugin first, API skill, MCP, build one from scratch, browser use, and computer control. This is where Codex stops being software and starts operating on your behalf. Everything we've covered so far works through API and file systems, fast and clean, but not every tool has an API and not every workflow has a neat integration. Browser use means Codex opens Chrome and works through websites on your behalf through the Chrome extension inside the sites and apps you're already logged into. It runs in its own tab group, so your open tabs stay exactly where you left them. It's not touching your active session, it's working next to it. Here's how to enable it. Go to plugins, search for browser use, install it. Go through the permissions prompts. It needs access to Chrome. Once that's done, Codex can navigate any website, fill out forms, extract information from pages, compare prices, interact with anything, all while you have something else open. Here's a real example of what this looks like. You tell Codex, go to X, open my following list, filter for people posting about AI tools this week, and give me a summary of the most interesting things they've shared. It opens Chrome, navigates to X, goes through your following list, reads the recent posts, comes back with a clean summary of what's worth your attention. I literally did nothing after that first prompt. It made the whole thing ready on its own. Computer control goes further than browser use. This is where Codex gets actual visual access to your screen. It sees what you see, clicks what needs clicking, types where it needs to type, and works inside any software on your machine, regardless of whether it has an API. To enable it, go to plugins, find computer use, install it. Go through the permissions prompts to allow screen access. Currently available on Mac. Windows support is on the way. Use computer control when browser use and plugins can't get where you need. It's slower and uses more of your usage limit, so it's not your first move, but when nothing else works, this does. Now, content creation. This is where Codex becomes genuinely useful for anyone putting out regular content. Most content workflows are slow because every part still runs through you manually. Here's a real workflow. Watch how different this feels. Say you run a YouTube channel. Every Monday, you need to know what's moving in your space before you plan anything. Here's what that looks like with Codex. Codex. Start a new chat. Point it at your content folder. Tell Codex. Every Monday morning at 8 a.m., search these 5 sources for what's gaining traction in the AI tool space. Identify the 3 biggest conversations happening right now. Write a short brief on each one with 3 content angles and save it to my content planning folder. Codex sets up the automation. Check the left sidebar. It'll be sitting in your automations panel, already scheduled and good to go. Monday morning, you haven't opened a single app yet? That document is already on your desktop waiting for you. Your whole week planned out and you haven't done a thing. Need visuals to go with it, infographics, branded images, slides. Type what you need and Codex generates them using OpenAI's Images 3.0. Most people are testing image models right now. Put this one at the top. The quality shows, copy and visuals done without leaving the app. Business automation. Let me walk through each one with actual steps. Lead generation first. You describe the type of companies you want to target, industry, company size, location, whatever criteria matters. You tell Codex which directories and websites to check. You tell it what information to collect, business name, contact email, LinkedIn URL, relevant details, and what format you want the spreadsheet in. Hit send, walk away, come back to a spreadsheet with every field filled in, organized exactly how you asked. What used to keep someone busy for hours, done overnight. Email workflows next. Tell Codex. Set up an email triage system using my Gmail. These people need a reply today. Newsletters go straight to that folder over there. Cold outreach gets filed here. For anything that needs a reply, draft a response in my tone based on how I've responded to similar emails before. Codex connects to Gmail, sets up the filing system, and starts learning your patterns. Once you are happy with how it handled the first triage, tell it to run that same process every morning at 9 a.m. It schedules the automation on its own. From that point, your inbox is sorted before you touch it. Operations last. Tell Codex. Every Friday at 4 p.m., go through this week's numbers in the reports folder. Write up what happened and what needs attention next week and drop it in the weekly reports folder. Done. It schedules the whole thing on its own. Every Friday, that summary is ready before your team wraps up for the week. The tasks that used to fall through because someone forgot to start them, those run on a timer now. Once this is set up and running, the work that follows a pattern stops reaching you. What's left is the stuff that actually needs a human behind it. Multi-agent workflows. This is where Codex stops handling one thing at a time and starts running like a team. When the task is small and focuses on a single idea, one session handles it. When it's big enough to split, running everything at the same time is just the smarter call. 10 research papers. Without sub-agents, Codex reads them one by one, spin them up, and it sends one agent to each paper at the same time. They all come back with their findings and Codex pulls everything into one document. What would have taken 40 minutes wraps up in 12. No way. 10 papers, 12 minutes. Here's how to use sub-agents. Start your task as normal. When you're describing what you need, just tell Codex, use sub-agents for this. It splits the work and gets each agent moving. They run separately without crossing over. When they're all done, Codex brings everything back together into one place. Sub-agents burn through your usage limit faster. Worth knowing going in. Save them for tasks that are genuinely big enough to split. When the task is focused and contained, one session is all you need. Here's the full picture of everything Codex can do right now. Browser use, computer control, Chrome extension working inside your signed-in apps, plugins connecting to your real tools, skills that make any workflow repeatable, community skills ready to install, MCP integrations for everything else, image generation using Images 3.0, file previews directly inside the interface, voice dictation across every app on your machine, desktop pad for background task alerts, workflow memory across sessions, scheduled automations that run without you touching anything, multi-agent workflows running in parallel, web search baked in, multimodal CLI that reads screenshots and diagrams, content creation from research to finished piece, lead generation, email triage, operations reporting. Not a single line of code written anywhere in this setup. Okay, so you open Codex, select your project. The folder already has everything: your strategy, your audience notes, your tone guidelines, about you, and your anti-AI writing file. You describe what you need today and watch what happens. It maps out its own steps, walks through them one by one using your skills and connected tools. And when it's done, the output is already in your folder, just sitting there waiting. Voila, you didn't manage a single step of that. Honestly, this is what I wished every tool worked like. You set it up once and it just runs. Most people are still opening AI when they remember to. This version doesn't wait for you to remember. It just shows up. Look, we just covered the entire Codex system in one video. Skills, plugins, MCP, browser use, computer control, automations, multi-agent workflows, the dictation hack, all of it. That's not nothing. If you walked away from this video with even one thing that saves you 2 hours this week, that's already worth it. Send it to someone you know who's still grinding through everything by hand, and subscribe if you want to keep finding these kinds of shortcuts before the crowd does. See you in the next one.